What's going on, boys? How you doing? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Welcome back Monday morning. Should be excited. Let's get right into it. I got a lot to do after this, so I'm just gonna start up right away. So obviously SPY, QQQ, XLF, all-time highs on Friday. Everything looking bullish. We're still within that channel on SPY that we've been watching since June, or since May, sorry. And it's right in the middle right now, so there's no real reason to be bearish right now. Everything is at all-time highs. As usual, we're going to go to the 5-minute charts. Obviously, we still got a half hour left, so this could change a lot. But what I like to do every single day, as you guys know, we go to the pre-market action. We draw some lines, pre-market high, pre-market low. And these will act as support and resistance for the rest of the day. 450.53, 450.52. Okay, so SPY, everything bullish. QQQ, everything bullish, right? We do have 3 green days in a row, so be careful with that. The only support you should be watching on QQQ is Friday's high. So that's a monthly. Hold on. Go to the daily real quick. So the previous all-time high is the number 1 support right now, which is between $370.90 and $370.16. So those are the highs, or the supports you should be watching on QQQ. All-time high close on Friday. Let's see if we get continuation today. Nothing really to talk about. Everything's bullish. I already went over this on Friday. XLF all-time high close. As I told you guys for weeks now, IWM is the only index, so small caps, RTY, IWM, is the only index that is not at all-time highs. So if this market wants to go higher, IWM is going to have to catch up and make its way back to all-time highs. If the market rolls over, IWM will be the clue. It'll show weakness first. Back in March, if you were trading during COVID, you remember small caps led the way down and up after as well. So just pay attention to IWM. It's very, very important here at these levels. And I don't know if you guys read the news today, but China put a ban on gaming. They said minor children can only play for 1 hour a day on weekends. Off that news, Tencent is down big, NTES is down big, Billy is down big. Baba is green, so that's very, very interesting. Let's see what happens this morning. Like, I have no idea if these continue lower. It looks like they filled the gap after market, so let's see if they bounce here. But obviously with China, I'm not really interested in it yet. Like I told you guys, even though Baba bounced a lot, PDD bounced a lot, the thing is China, Z just doesn't seem to give up. He just keeps putting new rules, new restrictions. He wants to run everything. So just pay attention to the names. I wouldn't be investing in them just quite yet. And another thing I wanted to go over, I was looking over some monthly charts yesterday. So a lot of growth names made huge all-time highs, right? Like this pen went from 142. It consolidated for 5 months straight, okay? 4 months straight, sorry. 4 months straight consolidation, and finally we got that bounce. So is this the monthly higher low right here? Do we continue up and set a higher low and higher high? Or do we just bounce and roll over and break this low? Keep an eye on that. Pen's been super strong as a growth name. Why am I going over Pen? Because this is the exact same setup on a lot of growth names. If you look at Z, almost same setup. Huge all-time high. 5 months of consolidation. Is this the bounce? Is it bouncing now? It's closing over the 21-day right now. Remember, August is coming to an end this week. We have a little bounce here. Does it continue? Does it get over the 21-day on the daily, which is at 99.93? If it closes over 99.93, the monthly bounce is intact. And keep an eye on this Z. It could bounce big. Another one that should be bouncing soon is MSOS. This is the American weed sector. So this has a bunch of holdings. If you do not want to play this, I understand it's an ETF. It moves slower. So what I did was I went and looked at what are the top holdings in this one. The number 1 holding is this GBTIF, I think. No, GTBIF, green thumb. But if you look at the monthly on this, this is a bull flag. So if it does bounce, this is the number 1 holding in MSOS, GTBIF. So if MSOS does bounce, watch this one to absolutely rip because it's still holding up here. Another one, the second largest holding is this Curl F, which if you look at the monthly, it has a very similar chart. It looks like the bounce is starting. It bounced exactly off the 21-day moving average. I missed it by 5 cents and it's still ripping. So keep an eye on CurlF, keep an eye on GTB. I think this is an OTC stock, so this one won't have options, but if you want to play equity on it, this one does look the strongest, this GTBIF. CurlF if has options, so we could play this one this week, very possibly. Tcnnf is their third largest holding, same kind of setup as Penn, as you guys see. And these monthly bounces, they can be big bounces. Like you get huge moves. Like look at this. Off the lows, this month, Penn has bounced 22%. Okay? Z, if it has a move like Penn, there's still 18-19% to bounce here. Same with GTBIF. And since this one is still in a monthly bull flag, if MSOS bounces here, even 10-15%, this GBTIF should lead the way. CurlF, another one. TCNF, another one. ASTS, we called out the leaps for February. Those are already a double in like 3 days. This daily candle is absolutely, I love these hammer candles right here. As you see back here, we set the same kind of candle off the lows, and we got a huge day 2 days after, all right? So we're watching this. DKNG is the same as Penn, Danish. There's no reason to go over the chart. They're going to move the same. Football season is starting. UFC, betting, sports betting, they should be running. They're getting partnerships with a bunch of people. ESPN had a potential partnership with DKNG and Caesars. So right here, look at this daily hammer candle. And 2 days later, we got a 22% or 17% move, sorry. Today, we got that same candle. So do we do the same thing? Do we set an inside day here and then have a huge day? Volume shelf is above 1130. Let's just call it Friday's or Thursday's high of 1122. If we break 1122, this one can run. And there's lots of potential good news on this one. If you even look at the balance sheet, there's a lot of good stuff coming for ASTS. I really like this company. I'm invested till February. Sava, very disappointing over the weekend. I thought the CEO would come out and challenge that short report. He did not. But if you look at the price right now on Sava, it's at 53.20, right? So it's bouncing a little bit here pre-market. The must-hold level on this Sava is this level's right here. This demand zone of 50.35 to 49.68. If it breaks below 49.68, the stock is done for me. If it holds it, there's always a chance for it to rip. Look at the volume that came in on Friday. It's an innovative company. Lots of people are going to hate on it. They're saying they're trying to cure Alzheimer's. And let's see if it holds this 49.68. As long as it holds 49.68, this one moves very fast. There's lots of IV in the calls. So a $2 bounce, those calls will probably be green again. So keep watching this Sava. If you aren't in right now, if it does get down to 49.68, I would probably take a position. Amazon, huge day on Friday. Beautiful close. This one looks like it wants higher. Again, another hammer candle. Next level up is 33.88, and the level that it must hold now is 3300. As long as it holds 3300, it can make its way back to 33.88. If it closes above 33.88, we're looking at 34.57. I do believe Amazon is discounted fundamentally. Obviously, it's very hard to value it because it's such a growth company. And the PE is so high, but I mean, they're taking over the world, right? So never count out Amazon. Keep an eye on this one this week. If big tech runs, Amazon should lead, because they're the lowest on the chart, right? JWN, we're watching for an oversold bounce here. We jumped in $30 calls on Friday. Turkey called them out. Great call out. We got a big move at the beginning of the day. End of the day kind of dumped a little bit, but why did we take the play? A lot of people were asking me, why did you take JWN? Why did you take JWN? After earnings, we had an hourly oversold conditions right here. So we were buying right here. We got a little bounce Friday morning, kind of evened out, and a little bit of a sell-off at the end of the day. It's understandable because of the earnings. Let's see where we open up today. Pre-market currently, JWN is at $29.44. So it is gapping up 22 cents at the moment. Our call should be green at open, so keep an eye on that. Remember, we're only playing an oversold bounce. Do not be greedy on these types of plays. You get your gains and you get out. That's it. Zoom, another one to keep an eye on. Why? Because there's earnings after hours today. We do have the $400 calls for September 10th. They are break even at the moment. What happens is usually this one has a run up into earnings. So let's see how it moves today. If the market holds up, I think Zoom will run into earnings. Even today, the 21-day moving average is possible, which is at 352. So we could move $10 today. Keep an eye on Zoom today. We're still in those calls. I will get out most of them today, no matter what. I do not like holding stuff during earnings, and if I do not get enough gains, I will cut it all before earnings. I don't care for gambling. I want the risk in my favor in any trade I want. I'm not gambling here. BTBT, so this one, another one with a nice day on Friday. We call this one out. What are we watching on this one? Bitcoin, what did it do this weekend? So the only thing that matters on BTBT is what Bitcoin did this weekend. And let's take a look right here. Bitcoin, the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin is at $46,062. So the must-hold level for me right now to remain in an uptrend is $46,000. If it breaks this to the downside, we are no longer in a daily uptrend. We might need daily consolidation. If we go into daily consolidation, weekly consolidation always possible. And look at the bounce we've had on the weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks straight up. And now we're just starting consolidation. So if you go 6 weeks straight up, it's always possible to consolidate for 3-4 weeks, even though it's healthy. Like I told you guys, consolidation is a normal thing. Stocks will go up, they will pause, they'll go down after, right? So watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to run, watch BTBT, watch Mara, watch Riot, watch Coinbase. And another one we're watching today is GSAT. Why are we watching GSAT? So like I told you guys weeks ago, I have a friend that works at Apple, and he told me that no employees are allowed to take off the second week to the end of September. Why would they say that? They would say that because Apple is most likely launching new products at that time, and they need employees, right? Then last week, we got the news that Apple is launching new products next month. So what are they doing? I heard that the news is that Apple is launching new satellite phones. They need satellite connectivity, and this GSAT is on watch for that. Because if they partner with GSAT for these phones, this thing's gonna fly. And if you look at the pre-market action, it's already up 74% pre-market. Another company that they might partner, or they are partnered with, but QCOM will probably make more revenues this quarter if they do that satellite phone thing, because they're going to need more parts from QCOM, right? So keep an eye on QCOM. This weekly chart looks pretty good to me. It's holding the 50-day all the way up. As long as it holds 139.44 to the downside, it can go back and retest these highs. If it gets over 152.30, it can go all the way back to all-time highs of $168, okay? Keep an eye on QCOM, keep an eye on GSAT. Other than that, I got a lot to do. I'll go over 1 or 2 more charts for you guys. JWN already did, DKNG already did. MU, let's go over MU. Chips look very good to me, especially off that news that chips are oversupplied now. They're creating more inventory. There's lots of demand. MU looks like kind of a bear flag here, but I would get interested if it would cross over the 50-day moving average, which says 76.83. Don't like MU until then. There was big news with Western Digital on Wednesday. Big pop, and it sold off right away. So 76.83 is good for MU. AMD looks set up still. Same falling wedge pattern. Look what we did last time. Look what we did this time. So let's see if AMD can go get over. It's 112.64 pre-market right now. Let's check on the broker because TradingView lies to me every single day. AMD is at 112.69, so TradingView is pretty close right now. AMD looks set up to go. Keep an eye on this one. Big gap up though. It's hard to buy in here. LRCX looks ready to go. This looks exactly like the IWM pattern if you zoom out, right? So it's looking for all-time highs. LRCX, same thing, looking for all-time highs. Big day on Friday. See if we can get follow-through. NVIDIA looks good. Elon Musk said he's challenging the ARM acquisition by NVIDIA. That might cause some temporary headwinds. But other than that, NVIDIA is one of my favorite companies in the stock market. I own a ton of equity, as you guys know, and I will probably never sell it for the rest of my life. TSM was another one that I really liked. So TSM, this one looks set up to go as well. So it's the same basing pattern, and it's just flagging here. Lots of volume coming in, lots of good news in the chip sector. Other than that, it's Monday. Get ready, get excited, and chill for a little bit. The first 15 minutes, just chill. Don't jump in a bunch of new positions. Just see where the money's going. I mean, vaccines came and went so quickly, right? Do we get more money in vaccines? Who knows? If there's more COVID news, vaccines will fly. If COVID seems to have peaked, those vaccines are done for a while, in my opinion. So just keep an eye where the money's going right now. It's going into chips and technology. If big techs runs this week, watch Amazon the closest. If chips run this week, watch NVIDIA, AMD, TSM are my favorites. Other than that, make sure you're watching IWM for market direction. Thank you guys for attending. I will see you in the chat.